Welcome to United Talks Pod. It's a huge game between Manchester United and Arsenal at Old Trafford. And we're here to give you a match preview for the game. And we're going to just dive deep into some details, some stats, some analytics, and all of that ahead of the game. So sit back, relax, and then let's dive straight in. So, first, Manchester United return to Old Trafford to face Arsenal in a crucial Premier League clash on Sunday after the grueling 1-1 draw with Real Sociedad in the Europa League on Thursday, and the Red Devils are quickly in need of regrouping, right, for another high stakes encounter. For United, this match represents an opportunity to salvage the pride and to the reignite faltering season, while Arsenal aim to close the gap on league leaders Liverpool, which, as we all know already, the league is done literally. So hopefully Manchester United can also further scupper Arsenal's chances of coming up. I mean, coming closer to Liverpool, and then we could, because I know Manchester United always turn up in big games. With regards to form guide leading into the game, in the last couple of games, in the last 5 games for Manchester United, we have 2 draws, 3 draws, 1 win, 1 loss. Arsenal have 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. So at least in the last 5 games, we we lost to Fulham on penalties in the FA Cup, so that's counted as a loss too. So 2 losses each on both sides, and then 1 win to Arsenal's 2 wins, and 2 draws to Arsenal's 1 draw. So it is what it is. Hopefully, we can be able to turn up for the game and show our mettle against Arsenal. And then with regards to head to head leading into the game, Manchester United have a better edge over Arsenal. First and foremost, Arsenal have played 241 times. Man United have won 99 times, ahead of Arsenal's 88 times, with 54 draws between both teams. And in the last 5 games, Man United beat Arsenal in the FA Cup on penalties, and then lost to Arsenal in the Premier League at Emirates, and lost to Arsenal in a friendly, which doesn't really count, and then lost to Arsenal in the Premier League on the 11th of May, and lost to Arsenal in the Premier League on 2nd of September. So in the last 5 games, Man United have lost 4, including the friendly, and won 1. So it is very key for Manchester United to revenge. That's what I'll call this, a revenge for the home game loss on the 11th of May last year. So let's hope that Man United can reignite this, rivalry and this form and all of that. And then with head to head, basically overall, and some stats, I'm going to try to read to you. Speaking of form as well, but head to head and stats, basically, Man United's form has been very inconsistent this season, as we already know. Man United have been very inconsistent this season, with just 2 wins in the last 7 matches across all competitions. The recent FA Cup loss to Fulham on penalties and 1-1 draw to Real Sociedad highlighted ongoing issues in defense and attack. And the Premier League, United are languishing in 14th, with the last win coming against Ipswich Town 3-2. So it is what it is. We'll pick ourselves up. And then for Arsenal are in strong form with 7-1 thrashing of PSV Eindhoven in Champions League midweek, showcasing their attacking power as well. They have struggled in the Premier League recently, failing to score in the last 2 games against Nottingham Forest and West Ham United. I mean, the Gunners are second in the table, 13 points behind Liverpool, and will be desperate to keep their title hopes alive, which is impossible at this point unless Liverpool decide to just be a crap team. And then with recent meetings, obviously, as I said earlier, Arsenal have won the last 4 Premier League meetings against Man United, including the 1-0 victory at Old Trafford last season, which is why I said it's a revenge. And then in the FA Cup clash, United defeated Arsenal 5-3 on penalties in the FA Cup third round and earlier this season after a 1-1 draw. But with Old Trafford records, Arsenal are aiming for back-to-back league wins at Old Trafford for the first time since 1979, right? So it's very key for us to embark on this journey and try to win Arsenal. And then based on stats and facts, basically, Man United have scored 7 goals in the last 5 matches and haven't kept a clean sheet in 7 matches. Man United have Man United and Arsenal have not drawn any of their last 10 matches against each other, and Arsenal have scored 9 goals in the last 5 matches, including their 7-1 victory, and they ranked two away from home. That's ranked second away from home this season, and Bukayo Saka is ranked second in big chances created in this competition, which is 19 in total. So it's very key for us as Man United to be sure of that. I mean, Saka is injured, so he's not going to play this game. But yeah, it is something for us to think about, for us to kind of ponder over and know that, okay, Man United need to win this game to ensure that we are ahead of and then we climb up the table, because it's very crucial for us. And then for how Manchester United play, United under Ruben Amorim also, as we have always said, have adopted a 3-4-2-1 or 3-2-3 formation. 3-4-3 formation, which emphasizes on wing backs playing like Diogo Dalot and Nozema Mazraoui, providing width and attacking support, because Patrick Dogu is suspended, and we'll get to the particular lineup on this one. And then high pressing, United aim to win the ball high up the pitch and transition quickly into attack. And then as well as being being fluid in the attacking third, basically. I mean, if you watch the commentaries, or you listen to the commentaries in some games, you wonder why the commentators are expecting that Man United players are supposed to be static, but they're supposed to be fluid. So Man United Amarim's system relies on fluid movement and positional interchange, particularly in the front three. And that is what happened against Real Sociedad. And he talked about it in the press conference. If you haven't watched it, please go watch the video where we reviewed every word that Ruben Amorim said ahead of the Arsenal clash. And we've always also had defensive frailties, and the system has left United vulnerable defensively, with gaps often appearing between the midfield and the defense. And there's also another gap that I always noticed in the game. It's in that hole that is between the striker that's left by the 210. So if Joshua Xerxes is not dropping to that hole, or he's too wide, there's always a big hole which is left to be filled by either Manuel Ugarte or Bruno Fernandes if they're both playing. So when Casemiro is not when Casemiro is playing there in the midfield, he's not covering those spaces. So for how Arsenal play under Mikel Arteta, Arsenal employ position-based high pressing style focusing on controlled build-up, which prioritizes Arsenal retaining the ball and patience with build-up, often rotating players in midfield and attacking, and the attack to create overloads. And then quick transitions. Players like Leandro Trossard and Martin Odegaard are key in Arsenal's ability to break quickly and exploit spaces. Defensive solidity as well. Arsenal have the best defensive record in the Premier League this season, conceding just 23 goals. So it will be very key for us to try to find ways to exploit them and get them to concede. So yeah. Now with predicted lineup for Arsenal. Arsenal's predicted lineup includes David Raya in net. It's based on what the last game, and basically who are those who are informed this season for Arsenal. David Raya in net, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Saliba. Yep, Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba, and then you have Joran Timber and Ricardo Calafiori at left back. So they play 4-3-3. But as we said, and then there are three informed midfielders: Thomas Partey, Martin Odegaard, and Declan Rice. And then they will deploy Merino as a false nine, or basically as a striker. And then we have Waneri and Leandro Trossard, Ethan Waneri and Leandro Trossard on either side. Hopefully they become toothless on the day, because obviously after Merino's 2 goals in the league and 1 goal in the cup, in the Champions League, you would expect that he would be toothless against Man United. But on the other hand, we have to be hopeful, and we have to be very positive about the outcome of the game. Also, with that, it is expected that Man United can stop them from achieving what they need to achieve when it comes to turning up against Man United. I mean, I expect that Man United would also kind of capitalize on their frailties and the spaces they leave behind when they press high and all of that. So we will talk about how Manchester United can beat Arsenal. But apart from that, yeah, let's be hopeful. And then obviously key players to watch for Arsenal would be Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard is a key player for Arsenal. He's played 29 games all season, 2,266 minutes played, 5 goals and 6 assists. He scored in the last game. I think he scored 2 goals in the last game in the Champions League against PSV Eindhoven. And they've been toothless against Nottingham Forest and West Ham. And they beat Leicester City. So 26-year-old Norwegian international. Question is, what trophy has he won? That's my question, but it is what it is. So for Arsenal, key player is Martin Odegaard. And then for other key players to watch for Arsenal include Leandro Trossard. The Belgian forward is in form and will be a constant threat in the final third, especially playing against Man United from the left side, or Man United's defensive right. So it's very key for whoever is playing or covering those spaces to cover those spaces. And then other players to watch include William Saliba as well, French defender who has been a rock at the back for Arsenal and will be crucial in dealing with United's attack, right? But he's not been on form the past couple of games, but it is what it is. Then we have for Manchester United, as we've talked about how Manchester United play, we also have for Manchester United starting 11, predicted starting 11 for Man United includes Andrew Nana in net, as we have no one else. The only two players we have are academy graduates, and the other two goalkeepers are injured. So for Manchester United starting lineup, we have Andrew Nana in net, Matthias de Ligt, center back. Then the option that we have there, Victor Lindelof, Lenny Yoro on either side, left and right. And then Manuel Gatti is back into the starting lineup. Then Bruno Fernandes. So Manuel Gatti, the midfield, has worked with Bruno Fernandes. Then Diogo Dalot on the left. And then Nusa Mazarawi back on the right after playing as a centre back in the weekend. And then the 2 10s, we have Leandro Garnacho and Joshua Zirkzee. And then for this one, the striker I would start with is CHIDO-OBI to give Rasmus Højlund the rest. And hopefully CHIDO-OBI gets a goal. I believe that Ben Amorim is going to start Rasmus Højlund and then give CHIDO-OBI a substitute appearance against his former club. But I believe he should start. I just believe he should start CHIDO-OBI. So CHIDO-OBI ahead of Rasmus, and then Rasmus comes in second half and gives Arsenal a run, just like he did in the friendly. If you remember the friendly where we scored 1-1 and all of that. So yeah, hopefully we should be able to capitalize on this one and capitalize on their spaces and give Arsenal something to think about. And then with regards to key players for this game, as always, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is a key player for Manchester United. Played 41 games already all season. And 3,479 minutes in total, 11 goals and 13 assists. Played the last game against Real Sociedad, was kind of absent in that game, but was involved in a few other things here and there. And then for the last game in the FA Cup against Fulham, he scored the equalizing goal. And the last time he scored before that was when we drew to Everton 2-2. So it is what it is. Hopefully we should be able to try to get the win. And then for my predicted scoreline for this game, I would go with, seeing as Manchester United do not score in the first half, I will go with a 2-1 win, 2 goals in the second half. And it will be a 1-0 first half win for Arsenal. And then it will be 2-1 overall in the game. So this is my prediction. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. Let me know your predictions. Let me know your predicted lineups in the comment section. But it is what it is. So now that we have all of that, we will talk about other key players to watch for Manchester United. Alejandro Garnacho, young winger that has been one of United's bright sparks this season and could exploit Arsenal's defensive vulnerabilities with pace. And then Joshua Xerxes, who has also come up with the goods, and he has been on form this past couple of games to do the hold up play and create chances. And then obviously Manuel Ugarte, you know, I expect him to be back in this game because based on the press conference video that we just released, Manuel Ugarte is back, right? So we need him to cover the spaces. So Bruno doesn't have to run too much. He will run with the certainty that there's someone to cover. And with the pace of deleting at the back, we can counter Arsenal's toothless attack because they have no striker to start the game. And that is what it is. Except for Ethan Wannery, and I'll give Diogo Dalot and Leon Yoro the opportunity to cover themselves in glory and stifle him and the midfielder Martin Odegaard, or probably Martin Odegaard on the other side. So it is what it is. Let's see how it goes. And then for team news and injuries, we can say for Manchester United, Harry Maguire is out with a knock. Manuel Ugarte. So the list is so long. Harry Maguire, Manuel Ugarte, doubt, but I expect him to be back. Amad Diallo, ankle injury. Lisandro Martinez knee out for the season till January 2026. Obimenu out with calf injury. Johnny Evans back injury. Luke Shaw hamstring. Mason Mount, Altebander back injury. Tom Heaton unspecified injury, and then Patrick Dogu is suspended, which is a bummer, right? And then for key returns, obviously CHIDO-OBI could be available to feature for his former club. But for Arsenal's injuries, Martinelli is out, Bukayo Saka is out, Kai Havertz is out, Gabriel Jesus is out, and Tomiyasu, who is always injured, is out. And then key returns, Miles Lewis-Kelly is available probably after. I doubt if he's going to be available after 7 suspension, but if he's available, then that's a bummer too as well. So it is what it is. Then for Manchester United, I wrote down 4 ways that Manchester United can win against Arsenal. First, to secure a crucial victory, United must exploit Arsenal's defensive gaps with the pace of Garnacho and CHIDO-OBI. If we start Højlund, then with the pace of Garnacho and Højlund, we can exploit the spaces behind Arsenal's defense. We should also control the midfield. If we're starting Ugarte, then Fernandes and Ugarte are key to controlling and dominating the midfield battle to disrupt Odegaard's influence. And then we should also be ready to defend set piece, because set piece is a problem, and set piece is Arsenal's strength. No matter how much they try to say that it is not, set piece is Arsenal's strength when it comes to games against Man United. So Arsenal are dangerous from dead ball situations, so United must remain organized and alert. And then also take our early chances. I don't expect us to score a goal in the first half because we rarely score goals in the first half. So any early goal could help settle the nerves and force us not to open up, creating more opportunities for United to score more goals. Now, overall, this match is a pivotal moment for both teams to take as they look to achieve their respective goals for the season. For Manchester United, the win could provide a much needed momentum and belief in Amorim's system, while Arsenal will be desperate to keep their title hopes alive. I mean, we expect a tightly contested game, and with both sides looking to exploit each other's weakness. For Manchester United, they will be remain. I mean, the key will also to remain disciplined. Sorry, trying to get my words out. Now, for United, the key will be to remain disciplined defensively while taking advantage of the attacking opportunities. And I believe that CHIDO-OBI is going to come up with the goods in that game by scoring at least a goal in the second half. So let me know your thoughts and feelings on the game. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss anything as it relates to Manchester United. Hit the notification bell, and then let me know your thoughts and feelings about everything and how you expect the game to go. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care, goodbye, and God bless.